I know it would have been created by a private developer on behalf of the government, but what's the current status of it?
So the private developer still owns the website. The agreement is an SAS, and forgive me if I forgot the meaning of it, but primarily it is they develop the website and then offer us the service. So we have 1 year's free service to the portal.
Do we have a formal agreement with that?
We do have a formal agreement in place. In the initial phases of it, for the rapid development and deployment of the website, yes, there wasn't the necessary agreement in place, but we had subsequently regained on that and caused for an agreement to be signed governing that website and its mechanisms.
Does I saw where you said the 8 non-ODPM users. Is there any non-ODPM or non-OPM staff who would have access, for example, to donor information, amounts that have been donated, etc.? Would that exist now?
At the current moment, only 2 such persons from the AG's chambers.
From
the purposes of the review here and now.
AG meaning Attorney General or Auditor General. Yes. So there would be no non-government person who would have access to this information and data at this particular point in time?
More prescriptively, well, just to be clear, no non-ODPM staff currently has access to it. Conceivably, however, the actual developers of the website will have access to the backend because they still own the website. So their approved staff would also have some access to the website.
So
any changes to the website modality in terms of new information, which needs to be put up in terms of updates and so on, they are also able to treat with that for us.
Well, what I'm getting at is really the data, not so much the technical side of it, but I mean, you'd appreciate there would be fairly confidential information from individuals, companies who would have made donations in terms of names, amounts, etc. I'm more concerned about that than, you know, the private developer having technical access to update the website. So I want an assurance about that data and how you're treating access to that specific data.
So the developer and ODPM have
permanent secretary, because you're the best person here equipped to answer this. And I really find this one mind-boggling. The National Disaster Fund Committee, the tenure expired in September 2023, and it was only in June of this year, a month ago, that a new committee was established. And the reason I find it mind-boggling, we have had weather events. We had, before Melissa, we had burial. We have had a lot of near misses. Every hurricane season, we, you know, there are systems that come our way. What would explain why we would have been without a committee for 3 years, given the vulnerability that we have as a country and the need to be able to respond quickly to disasters? And this is just an this is not something that requires expending resources. It's just putting a committee in place to manage what would be there. Are you in a position to indicate why that would have been so?
Chair, I am not in a position to indicate why that gap was filled. Once the ODPM came within my purview and I was aware that there was this gap, we worked very closely with the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service to get the fund committee in place, and the committee is now functional.
Can you indicate them? I don't know if the membership has been said publicly, but could you indicate the membership of that committee and who it reports to? Huh? It is what, sorry? I know, well, I don't know, but if you could indicate for us, please.
Did you want broad positions or the exact names that are in place now?
Well, or the positions, I mean, who chairs the committee, for example?
So the committee is chaired by the Finance Director of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
Okay.
I sit on the committee. So in terms of the Act, the Act speaks to the Finance Director of the Office, the permanent secretary in the ministry responsible. I sit on it as well. 2 members appointed from a panel of 6 chartered accountants nominated by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Jamaica. 2 persons from the public sector appearing.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for this Monday evening, the 3rd day of August, as Jamaica celebrates Emancipendence. Emancipation Day was Saturday, and Thursday will be Independence Day. A lot of things to discuss. Whole heap of things. Whole heap of things upon the horizon. And we can't run away from these things. So we're keeping the Melissa recovery on the front burner. We're keeping the TCN on the front burner. We're keeping the recession that Jamaica is undergoing now, that financial recession. We're keeping it on the front burner. So no 9-day wonder at Portland Spice TV. We want to go back to this clip here. Going back to this clip.
The minister to have suitable experience in the management of similar funds, one being an officer of the ministry responsible for finance, and not more than 5 other persons appearing to the minister to have such knowledge, skills, and experience.
I think it would be important. I mean, you have read the act, I think, for public confidence, for those names to be known. It would have been approved by Cabinet in June. I mean, normally Cabinet notes come to Parliament. I don't recall seeing that particular one, but again, given the impact of Melissa on the country, our vulnerability as a nation to natural disasters, it's important that the public knows who those persons are.
I am in possession of that information. Chair, you would like me to put it on record now?
Sure, please, yes.
Okay, so Ms. Nikita Dobbs, who is the Director of Finance of the Office of Disaster Preparedness, is the chairperson. Mr. Diego Thomas, the Deputy Chairperson. Myself, Permanent Secretary, as a member. Mrs. Anisha Gordon McFarlane is a member. Mr. Tafari Bori, he's the Principal Financial Officer in the Office of the Prime Minister, is a member. Mr. Jason Anderson, Honorable Patrick Hilton, OJ, CD, Miss Sherry-Ann Johnson Hilton, Mrs. Beverly Williamson, Miss Sandra Johnson, constitute the members' chair. And as I said, it's chaired by the Director of Finance from the ODPEC.
And has the committee met?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in terms of the broad responsibilities of the committee, is it to manage the funds that are in the National Disaster Fund and determine how those funds are deployed?
The committee manages the funds by way of getting authorization from the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. So the committee will from time to time meet, make decisions about what could be done and what amounts of funds would be required. But the act requires that the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service actually authorizes the...
So you would make a recommendation
to the Financial Secretary? A recommendation would be made to the Ministry of Finance.
Right.
And then when they agree to a sum, then that is executed by the Office of Disaster Preparedness.
That clip is finished. Let's go to the other clip.
The percentage of donations that were deployed.
Yes.
Need to be put in the context, I would suggest, Chair, that we were getting donations in kind and we got cash donations. The decision that was taken was in the immediate aftermath of the hurricane, while persons were in need of physical items, giving them money would...
This is the mumbo jumbo that Rocky Mead spoke in the PAC. Rubbish. Because the Auditor General said that they saw no plans for the funds.
Not help them at that time necessarily. They were interested in getting physical items. The items that were donated in kind were given priority. Some of them were also perishable. Notwithstanding the policy, we still ended up losing some things that were close to expiry date. The decision was to, using the helicopter support we got from the US and otherwise and other support, to get physical items that were donated out to the people in the immediate aftermath. We then had to focus on giving them more ability to spend, and we had to work with the businesses in the locations to make sure they were open, because if people got money and there were no businesses open, they couldn't spend it. Then we put our attention to recovery in terms of structures. Again, the first priority was to where roofing and other building material were donated. The first priority was to use those with the support of the Jamaica Defense Force and some other forces that came in to actually repair roofs that could be repaired. While that was happening, the relevant ministry, NHT and so on, were looking at more medium-term solutions to bring in housing solutions that could be provided for people with closer to total loss. The funds that we had, the idea was to reserve those funds to acquire and provide for these units.
Who are the people with those ideas?
The recovery.
When you say units, you're talking about what? Housing units?
The modular housing units and that we're getting in for recovery. But the bottom line to the point is that the totality of the donations we got included cash and kind, and the priority was to use up the resources in kind first. So by reporting that at a certain point only a small percentage of the donated funds were used, it doesn't capture the fuller picture that of all the donations, including the kind, we did substantially use up the donations in kind to provide for the immediate need. And it was a part of the plan that most of the funds that were donated would be used for the more medium-term sustainable recovery, including the housing solutions. That's the context I wanted to provide here.
The context is important, and yes. I don't think anybody could challenge in the immediacy of the hurricane that you would use the items which were donated and what was perishable. I think the challenge most of us had was at the time of the audit, which I believe was in June, and you can correct me, Mr. McAdam, which would have been 8 or 9 months, 7 or 8 months post the hurricane. We would be looking at medium term now, because you would have resolved the immediate problems. Not resolved, but you would have started the process of dealing with immediate problems. That, in June, when I believe this report was done, it remained at the 2%. And I think this is probably the first time we're hearing an explanation that those funds are being designated or being used for a particular purpose. I don't think prior to this there was any communication to the public. And it's important to know, because people did fundraisers, people went out of their way. And so if you hear 8 months post a hurricane that only 2% of the money has been used, come next hurricane, people are not going to be inclined to run and support a fund of this nature. So that communication about what the fund is designated for is something which is important to restore public confidence about what the plan is, because in the absence of it, people just felt, and particularly given that the need is so great out there. I mean, every MP in here could give you directions of how to use that money in a meaningful way to help their constituents who have been most affected. So the communication on that particular issue, I believe, should have been done earlier. probably immediately after the report came out, so that there was some greater understanding.
Hold on, because I want to understand what Julian is trying to justify. Julian, what the man is telling you is rubbish. Is what they plan to say at the PAC long after the Hurricane Melissa has passed. You're telling us that you had planned to use the money differently. You can't walk and chew gum when people need assistance. Don't let the man tell you the rubbish, man. They know him explain the money from Hurricane Beryl that has not yet been spent. Come on.
Understanding of what the plan was.
Chair, I certainly accept the point that if you saw a gap in communication, it means we didn't do enough. I can assure you that communications were done. But clearly, Chair, if there are persons who didn't hear it, we didn't do enough. But communications were done at different levels, at the agency level, at the ministry level, and above. But again, just...
You want to say it on the mic? Okay. Okay.
Chair.
Okay.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So, but if you don't mind, Chair, while I accept your point in principle, because as I said, no matter how much we have done, if there are persons who have not heard, we have not done
Member
enough.
Clark, don't disrupt the meeting. Don't disrupt the meeting. No, it is rare that you provide meaningful information. All right? Go ahead.
Chair?
And then I'll come
Right.
to
So,
you're still disrupting the meeting. Go ahead.
accept your
Ambassador.
point in principle, Chair, and we will do even more than we did. But just some points of clarification. The actual point at which the Auditor General visited with us and assisted us is much earlier than when their report was placed. So it is not that in June they found these gaps, and I stand to be corrected, but I think it was much earlier in the year, probably February, that they started looking
Well,
at
let me
the
ask you, as of now, and we are in July, is there an update on that figure, or does it remain, is it pretty much the same?
Well, remember I gave the explanation, Chair, that the decision was taken that having treated with the immediate relief needs and having treated with the roofing needs, I didn't give a figure, but we got to over $400 million of actual donated material, building material. The policy was to use up those physical things first. And so the fund is now being used for the more medium-term solutions where people need actual houses. A lot of the houses are, modular houses are in country. We're using the funds to build the foundations and for the utilities and that sort of thing to put those houses into use. So that's the stage where
I really wonder where them people are take with now. Them people are really take the Jamaican people for clowns. You listen to man argument. They really take us for clowns. Nevio.
Mr. Bell, how you do?
Me good in a wagwan.
Good evening to you and your followers. More money to borrow. You know, money can lend.
no.
Call the Prime Minister.
Hey, you know, Mr. Bell, I was expecting when your program start this evening, you're going to play the Bruce Golding presentation in America. What you like, you know, hear about it?
Where Bruce Golding say, England say, I know my Prime Minister.
No, man. He make one presentation in America, they look like I know the weekend down there, man. But it look like you know you get it at all.
What was the presentation about?
Well, it was on Cliff Hughes. It was on Cliff Hughes, and boy,
What?
and the bombshell in the presentation is that instead the argument about we's friend to America, we could never be a friend and America dictates so and hit us with our tariff.
Yeah, man, me
And we
hear it.
claiming that
Me hear
you
it.
hear it?
Yes, man.
Lord God, Lord God.
Yeah, man.
Colin, you remember the third country argument? One of the main drivers that we and America is friend and we have to help out a friend. You remember?
Hey! Tell her!
Yeah.
Where you say, little while,
You
nephew?
remember? You remember?
Wait, no, me not remember. Remind me. Where you say?
All right. All right, Mr. Bell.
No, remind me, please,
When you-
please.
No, I'm not going back there. Not going back there. I'm not going back there.
No, nephew.
Can
When,
you see-
them, no, me hear when you say them did say them a help out a friend.
No. First of all, remember that Mr. Golding's position is independent of the government.
Oh, yes.
He's
Yes.
not a member of the government. So I don't want you now to say that the government is telling us one thing and the farmer leader
No,
is
man,
telling us.
nephew. We know Bruce. Is Bruce still a member of the party?
Even if he's a member of the Labour Party, what he said is independent of the Labour Party.
No, sir. Hold on. Wait just a little while. Repeat that. Repeat that.
Even if Bruce Golding is a member of the Labour Party,
Yes.
what he say is independent of the government.
So how you know that? How you come to that decision that it's independent?
It is not the position of the government.
Right, because why? Why you say that though?
Because he's not a part of the government.
Oh, and he's not a spokesman for the Labour Party.
If you want to extend it to that, fine.
Oh,
but
so
I was a little.
Go ahead.
I was a little nervous that you going to come here to say cock mouth kill cock. Bruce Golding is saying that Jamaica could never be a friend
but
or
nephew,
America.
Nephew,
huh?
It is funny that you are saying that what Bruce Golding say, a farmer leader. Yeah? And you are saying that he still might be a member. So how come the voice notes are tied to the PNP? And when the leader of the party come out and say, listen, that was not the view of the party. That was not coming out of the NEC. How we don't understand your position, nephew.
Well. I am speaking as nephew.
Yes, not as a Labour, right?
No. I am speaking as nephew, not on the behalf of the Labour Party government. And I am a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. But I must tell you that this argument that Mark Golding has to take responsibility for those vice notes, I am not in agreement with that.
You say that is rubbish.
Because Mark Golding have no knowledge of when members free to farm them WhatsApp group. They're free to do that.
Right.
They don't need no documentation from the party. I'm speaking generally now.
Yes.
And if the members in the party have them discussion, I don't see how you can link the leader. We're not even a member of that WhatsApp group.
Or even the NEC, because the NEC have no WhatsApp group. I am a member of the NEC, and there's no NEC WhatsApp group.
So even though you hear that argument, don't broad brush everybody they agree.
Why? Labour right.
With that
what conundrum you know in to box fire blade with foot in mouth disease and cock kill cock mouth kill cock disease and all of them something they want to you know.
So I don't want you know and your followers know because say Bruce Golding is a member of the Jamaica Labour Party government and he must say a different thing now from the government.
No, but Bruce Golding is a high-ranking member, former leader. Former leader and prime minister? Is Bruce Golding take the Labour Party out of the dungeon, you know? After 18 years of whipping, is Bruce Golding rescue the Labour Party, you know?
I said that today in our GLP WhatsApp group that Bruce Golding must be respected because him start the victory for the Labour Party.
Yes, man.
So, but what Bruce Golding say is independent of the Labour Party, don't represent the views of the Labour Party.
And what those people said in the voice note is independent of the People's National Party. They never represent the People's National Party.
Is it politics we practice in this country where we want to score political mileage for every God Almighty little thing?
Let me ask you something.
It is not.
Let me ask you a question because you sound so honest today. Which one of the two sides play more politics, PNP or GLP?
Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
You know, you understand sports very well.
And at what?
And you know, both days, both was the best. Any time when the PNP got 18 years in power, they were the best.
Yes.
The GLP gone 15, I got 50, they get a 15-year term. They get a 15-year term.
Man, GLP uncle gone 10 years straight, you know. 10 years straight, then gone.
Yeah, man, but them have a 50, but them still have another 4 years, so they get a 15-year.
Yes.
The third term is a 15.
It looked like 15 years, possibly, yes.
You furthermore, when you consider the kind of campaigning will take place the other day for the third term, you have to give the GLP the credit that they are the best right now.
But hold on, Neville. May I ask which side play more politics, PNP or GLP? Is GLP play more politics?
No, the PNP is playing more politics though because they are hungry for power.
They're not hungry, Neville.
They are hungry for power.
No, sir. And your PNP.
Hold on. That is my view.
But let me say this. Let me share my view with you. You see, if PNP did hungry for power, they would have turned over this GLP government a long time. This GLP government, you know. You remember Bruce Golding did tell them, a conference, say a peer who won't goal them a score? Yes.
But we don't have 1 year yet since the election, the election already.
Because we mash up the country. We wreck the country.
Look here. That is nonsense you're talking anywhere in the world. Where the people believe that thing not gonna work right. They take the street anywhere.
I tell you already, you know, Neville. I tell you already that Jamaicans have lost the Paul Bogle and the Nanny and the Kojo blood.
They don't lost it because you guys in the PNP are campaign for people take the street and the people not taking the street, Colin.
Neville, if PNP want to take the street right now, PNP can put 10 to 50,000 people anywhere upon the road right now.
People to take the street right now, Colin, because the people is still comfortable with the government.
Neville, that's why I tell you, say the PNP is not power hungry. If the PNP was power hungry,
but you don't have the support.
No,
Colin.
the PNP
Colin, power hungry, but you don't have the support.
Neville, 404,000 people vote for PNP September. I tell you that.
Yes.
And if you look at the conferences, look at PNP conferences, how many people, the divisional conferences, how many people are coming out to the conference. It is the leadership that has not called for people. The leadership has not called for people to take the street. Any PNP was power hungry. They would have called for people to take the street, and the streets would have been filled.
On September 3rd, you will not stop campaign.
No.
We not stop campaign.
Me a campaign, not the PNP.
We not try to get our petition for more thousand against
the government. That was Little Fire, not PNP.
But PNP.
No. You see, hold on now. You see, little while you just say you can't tie Bruce Golding to the GLP. I am not an official spokesman for the PNP. Me out here campaign. Me a beat it hard. I said the government for go. I know the PNP have that. When Little Fire, hold on. When Little Fire put out the petition, that was not the PNP. But we have here a while now, so we are gonna run little more. Maybe the ex-police officer might start look at you different after this evening. Because you sound like a reasonable man this evening, like you come back home. Sound like you sing a sanky. Light a candle.
Come back home where?
To the PNP later. Marshy, good evening.
Evening, Colin.
Well, go on, brother Marsh.
Me there.
Where the doctor say you good?
He didn't tell me this and tell me that, and he tell me God knows what. But to God be the glory, me there.
Great things he have done. Yes.
Yeah, great things they have done. Now, me blame you this evening, do you know?
We do that.
After Colin, after Neville come and flap Cliffy show, and flap up Captain slow, and flap all of them jackass, the people such as Kevin Obayan Chang, Dian Jackson Miller, and Michael Jackson. Neville flap the whole of them show. And what Neville said, he was perfectly right. Right? Mm-hmm. You know, if they have him there a dry mouth till maybe that end up got talk foolishness.
after I come on and sound so good, eh?
Yes. So you nearly make him talk foolishness. But he is right. Everybody have them view despite them in our part. That's not the official view. And tell you the truth, me not hear the vice note say anything was terrible yet. What the vice note do is big up. The vice note only big up Major General Anderson.
Who never deserve no big up. And he not deserve that big up.
And he not deserve it. But that them doing a vice note.
Yes.
And Neville, well done. You said it right. But let me tell you something, Neville. Yeah, so the PNP can Neville, you realize that sometimes Mark Golden get concussion. You know why Mark Golden get concussion? The people ready to take to the street and Mark Golden not do it. So don't talk foolishness about the PNP can't bring them out there.
Neville know better than that.
Open me mouth.
Let me tell you this.
And say, come on.
Let me tell you this, Marshy. Any one of the two political parties right now, if them want, can full up any town square. Any one of the two.
Of course. We know that.
Any one of the two. Not
fact.
just PNP, but both the PNP and the GLP can ram up any square at that time of their choosing.
Yeah. Yes. So, Neville, after you talk with sense, nobody talk no more foolishness. May I beg you? What you said this evening, you're well done. I'm glad. Kevin O'Brien, Chang, and Cliff Hughes, they must hear you, and they must hear you this evening. But at the same time, may I tell you, watch your head, because they may do you like what they do Mr. Vegas.
I went into Vegas. Me not see that video. Me here, the uncle thing me see some labor right at
borrow the word, them borrow the S-word word. Face the Donald Trump.
Me see them at tell Vegas figure sit down. You can't run your yard, but you want to run Labour Party. Vegas.
Yes.
Me tell Vegas all the while, you know. Stay in the music. You're good artists. But good artists.
Him kill himself now because him put on a show now. You have a whole heap of people now going to again.
You understand?
Kind of bad now, you know, from Zadie. You see, Gino Jennings usher him out and now he usher out himself, you know. With him foolishness.
Hey, boy.
What that
all right.
And you see that tape there with them man from Adpen?
Yeah.
Where Andrew Wellness take the, you know, the place that I run good till Andrew Wellness take it and put it in the office.
Yes, man.
And destroy Adpen.
But him know why he put it in his office. Him know why he put it in his office.
Yes, man. Hustling, man. Plain language, man. We not call nobody thief. Hustling.
Hustler.
Hustling,
brother.
Take care, sir. Take care.
One love. One Marshy. Ralston going to join us early today because we are staying on the things that are vital to the island of Jamaica. We are keeping our focus on the things that are important. Like up the live for me, please. Promote the live. Like up the live so that YouTube will push it to some new people. I know that you have sent it to all the people in your contact. YouTube now will push it when you like up the live. So let's promote the program. The phone number is 1-876-804-7072. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. We have over 1,000 devices over here. On a like up the channel, take us to 1,000 like. Make YouTube push this to all the people around the world, all the people in the diaspora. Hear the best discussion on governance in Jamaica. Yeah, man. Rational. Truthful. That's how we discuss issues in Jamaica. Never say you can't hold Bruce Golding and say it's the GLP. But the GLP people them want hold two people in our WhatsApp group and tie it. Somebody asks if me make up to OB. Me and OB not have nothing. What we supposed to make up? No, sir. We don't have nothing for make up. Me and OB not have nothing. OB, I'm my brother, you know. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Colin.
Yes, good evening.
Evening. Colin, I would like to take a look at one of the cornerstones that the Michael Manley led party that laid. And that cornerstone that he laid is the National Housing Trust.
Yes.
And that National Housing Trust was able to give the grassroots man of Jamaica a home, from the cane cutter to the nurses and teachers, give them hope to own a home.
Yes.
Are you aware that at the present moment the JLP is bent and destroying that, and now they're going to offer the nurses, the doctor, the policemen, and all those hardworking people a container house?
Hey, my brother, them container house there, anybody can go in at them in the summer, yeah?
Colin,
No, answer
JLP,
that question. Anybody can live in a them house there in the summer, yeah? Talk to me.
Well, Colin, whether you know it or not, that's what the JLP has to offer the nurses, the doctor, the policemen, the teachers. That's what the JLP is bringing to the nurses and doctors and teachers.
No. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
You don't agree?
No.
Well, you tell me what I'm to the National Housing Trust. Tell me what I'm to it.
Hold on. Those container houses, I don't see no teacher, no nurse, no policeman are going to live in them there. So, me not think so.
Well, you show me.
Me not agreeing with that statement.
Well, listen, me, Colin. You prove to me where the JLP government is building houses from the National Trust. You prove to me
Hold
now.
on, but that's not what you say. That's a different argument from what you put forward a while ago, you know. You said the GLP have put teachers and nurses and doctors in a...
That's what they're offering, because they are destroying those interests.
They are not offering no nurse, no doctor, no teacher, no container house.
That's what in the pipeline, Colin. That's what in the pipeline, because they're not building a house, no trust. They're not building a house into the trust.
But my brother, let me tell you something. My first house when me build are through housing trust, me make it. There's a thing called build and own land, build on your own land. The housing trust will help you to buy a piece of land, and they will help you to build on the land. Yeah? It's Michael Manley legacy. The housing trust is PNP legacy. Every single Jamaican who have received benefit through the NHT can safely say, I have benefited from a PNP policy. Here?
Colin, that is in the past, Colin. That's in the past.
It is still in the present. The housing trust has not crashed. Yeah? They are trying to deplete the funds of the housing trust, but the housing trust is still solid and still able to assist those who are contributing and are qualified to get assistance.
Aline, I'm telling you this, that the JLP is destroying housing trust, destroying it. And they are now offering people continue house.
That's a different argument. If you say that they are destroying it.
That's what I said. They are destroying it.
No, you said that they are putting teachers and nurses and police in container house. And I am not going to agree with that.
Well, Colin, listen to me. Whether you agree or not, what I've seen is that they have totally trying to destroy the housing trust, and then they are technically offering people container house.
The container houses that they are giving out now are not through the housing trust, based on my understanding. But my question is, can people sleep comfortably in those container houses in this time?
Well, let me tell you, Colin, there should no container house in Jamaica. There should not even half of it.
That I will agree. I will agree with you on that.
Well, let me tell you, man. Listen to me. The GLP in their pipeline, they're going to only turn Jamaica into a what you call it, a container house.
Container park.
Problem, mate. Yes, mate. Yeah. That's what they're going to offer, mate. I'm telling you right now. Because they're not building a house housing trust. They build one and have a grand finale. I mean, but that's not see, Colin, I'm telling you now, the JLP government is about to destroy the housing trust. If they're not being stopped.
Well, that me can't debate your upon, you know. If you are of the opinion that they are going to destroy the housing trust, I can't debate you upon that. That is your opinion. Yeah. But the only thing I'm saying to you, what you put forward first, I will not sit by and allow that to fly.
Well, Colin, let me tell you something, Colin. I'm seeing more than you right now. That's what they're doing, mate. They're destroying the trust.
And in
fact, they have started to do it.
Me not dispute that argument. I'm not disputing that argument. I will allow you that.
And Colin, listen to me. Why would you come up with a container house if you have no intention to destroy the housing trust? Where does this container house come from? You're telling me now. Where does this come from? This container house come from in Jamaica.
Let me tell you something. It's a short-sighted government that come up with this container idea. Short-sighted. We gave them a perfect idea of what they should have done. And those people would have been in houses long before the hurricane season start. This government has sat on their laurels and allow people to be going into the hurricane season, still living under tarpaulin, still living under 2 sheets of zinc. And what they are putting forward now are some boxes that's supposed to hotter than 10,000 firesides.
I mean, that is the appetite of a JLP to put people in container house. I'm telling you right now.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All
that's
right,
their vision, to put people in container house. Doctors and maybe nurses and policemen, that's where they're going up, container house. Okay, I leave it to you and your people in the chat room to counteract that.
All right, my brother. Respect and thanks. Because the people in the chat room are talking about it, you know. They are saying that teachers and nurses and police lost houses in the hurricane. I will agree with that. But there's no way people who are paying housing trusts are going to sit down and take container house while they are paying to the trust. They must be able to get another loan from the trust. The trust is also giving grant. Yeah? So the housing trust caller is still in a position to assist its contributors. Even though I will agree with you that the GLP, they are on a mission to wreck it because they want to wreck Michael Manley's legacy. But the housing trust is still standing firm. And I am suggesting to people who are sitting down waiting on a house to get a house from the housing trust, my view to them is get a piece of land and take your money from housing trust and build on your own land. Ralston Iman, good evening. Why we there, brother? How things? Blessings, man. Giving God thanks. Give us an update, Ralston, at the beginning of the week. What is happening in the local economy and in the international scene?
Nothing much is happening locally. The government of Lamar is 2.2 billion more tomorrow in order to fund the budget. Please treasury. So that's the big news today. More money in order to fund the budget. Planning tomorrow for $47 billion to fund the budget. So they're going into the market tomorrow in order to get those funded. Internationally,
But hold on, Raleigh. How confident are you that they will get that kind of money tomorrow?
yeah, man, 7 days are short-term thing. 1 year to 2 days.
Okay. So that this is. Go ahead.
People who are willing to go shop, they're not going to laugh because of the uncertainty globally.
Okay. So they will get this.
Those are going to be oversubscribed because we are the people money over short-term period. 91 day, 1 year to 2 days, 273 days. Yeah. So that is going to be oversubscribed. What
So-
you will see international? Yeah, go ahead.
No, so you're saying that they're looking 2 point how much billion?
2.2 billion tomorrow.
2
We'll get
point-
more than that.
And you believe that they're going to get this?
Yeah, man, more than that. Because most of them short-term instruments are always oversubscribed. There are people who are remaining liquid and want to get back their money quick and then get a good rate. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't know, hustle with no business and no workers and all of them things. Yeah, easy money.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah. International now, we see, well, crude oil prices go down a bit, but we see the tensions are escalate because Donald said that him talking to the Iranians and they say they are not talking to him. They're talking to Oman about so that is very insulting. So again, him come back with this thing, he might give them a last chance to negotiate or he might destroy them. But the man then must tell you, you say that every day. Yeah. So the Iranians are no longer afraid. Them to not face the man then. So the man then, so when I talk to you, I talk to Oman about controlling the Straits of Hormuz. So we see oil prices will go back to now.
Oil prices are go up again?
Well, they are down a bit today, but based on the current backing and forth in between them, we expect the prices to go up tomorrow because him same talking to Iran and then the man then put out. So when I talk to him and then him say, well, boy, this is the last chance now, destroy them. So the market will react to that tomorrow. We just heard him a while ago.
Yeah, well, I've been seeing it when I'm saying about destroy Iran and this is their last chance. But yeah, where is oil price on the world market now?
Well, the American oil is $80 per barrel and the British oil is $83.77 per barrel. But those prices are going to climb tomorrow.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, based on his threat. Yeah, it's all climb tomorrow because the market trade on his every word. So when he say about escalating, the price go up. When he say they want to the price go down.
And then where is Jamaica now, Raleigh? Where are we sitting now as it relates to our oil bill, as it relates to importation, how much food we are importing, how much oil we are importing in this country? How are we looking now?
Well, the oil bill was $595.9 million for the first 4 months. The food and consumer goods import bill was $682.5 million. Raw material, $763 million. Capital goods, $250.9 million. The total imports, $2.5 billion. Total exports down by 10.6% to only $547.4 million. We're not doing anything sensible.
We're not doing anything sensible.
People in the business, like Dr. Andre Gordon said, as long as there's no export strategy, national export strategy, this thing is going to continue.
And the government is still not speaking with the people of Jamaica. They are not addressing us.
No, nothing about the economy, no. So we wait with bated breath to hear what will be the Prime Minister's Independence Day message because it's not really about the economy anymore.
But is Emancipation Day message, what did he say about the economy?
No, I hear anything. That's why I say it'll be Independence Day now because we never heard anything about that either.
So nothing in the Emancipation Day message. And we are hoping that he will say something in the Independence Day message.
Correct. Yes. Because
Ah,
in the 1962 independence, the economy was booming coming out of the plan by Norman Manley and Noel Nedasole and all of them people. Now, the 64th, we find ourselves in a steep recession and people are lose jobs. Yeah. Exports down, trade deficit widening, interest rates increasing. Yeah. So we're in a very bad situation. So we need to hear what is it that he's going to do. One thing is that we had a conversation with the president of the MSME Alliance yesterday. I want to note carefully what she said. She said, although the government, right, come up with a new procurement tool which would make it easier for them to get some of the work. Because right now the government give out $470 billion in contracts every year. Under the PG administration, the micro enterprises are supposed to get 20% of that. Minister Flavor Williams said them only get 1% now, 4.7 billion because of the procurement problem. So they put out a new procurement thing last week, GOJEP 2.0. But the president of the MSME Alliance has said, yo, although I give more business, we not pay upon time. So it don't really make no sense to give no business and not pay upon time. Because we not take 30 days on them to for pay we. And my members them can't wait for 30 days to get paid because they're hungry, they need money. So we need
hold on.
need for the one on the man. We need for the something about that. My response to her was what? But the government revenue is down by $22 billion. Her response was, yo, them to start drawing down some of the money and spend some money.
So, Raleigh, this sound like they have finally done something about procurement. Is that what you're just saying to us?
Yeah, them say them make it easier. So some of the requirements, they are reducing some of the requirements and them are conduct training sessions with members of the MSME Alliance. But the people have said, it don't make sense to give them more work and you not pay it.
So this lady that you spoke to, that said the
She's
government...
She's the president of the MSME Alliance. So my response to her was, but how them to pay you faster and them not the money? Her response was, them need to draw down some of the money and start spending the money quickly.
So she's talking about that $500 billion.
Yeah,
Ralston, I come to you, Marie. Ralston, the U.S. stock market is a double. It is being manipulated by Trump and his friends.
Yeah, man. What drives the US market right now are really the tech bubble. Yeah, AI bubble. So everybody had the whole for spending in terms of AI, and the market is trading on his every word. And that is why you see him come up with them today. So when him come up and say, boy, me Iran attack, so the oil prices go down and then stock prices go up because they're moving in two directions, opposite directions. If you have to pay more for oil, it means less profits for companies. So when the price of oil go up, the stock market go down. When the price of oil go down, the stock market go up. So when they manipulate the thing, so when the Iranians then come out and say, I lie matter, when I talk to him, the price of oil go up back and then the stock prices then go down.
Jack out of Jacksonville say, ask Raleigh, the tax the government gets on those bond instruments. Is it,
25%.
hold on, is it significant in the government push to squeeze every ounce of the tax dollars from its near... Yeah, I lose the message.
Yeah, man, but even that now, the more collect list and that, the last review that we saw, even those taxes are down to show you how bad things are. Almost every category of tax revenues are down.
Yeah, so they were saying that the stock market is in a bubble, not double, a bubble.
No, man, a bubble, man.
Yeah, man. All right, we have Marie on the line. Marie, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. You know something, Colin, understand where that corner with the housing trust is coming from, because many of us will understand and know what a housing trust can do, for housing in general. I think it's egregious to us, and it grieves us a lot to see how the housing trust is being handled. Imagine, like you and Raleigh and everybody has been saying, Colin, if the Prime Minister had just jump started down our west with the housing trust thing, the whole
So let's see if we are back on the internet. We lost the feed a while ago. I hope we are back. Hope we are back. It says we are live, yeah. So we should be back. But I don't want rally start yet. We lost Marie. Don't know why we lost Marie. Was that internet why we lost Marie? And then we have the band over here. So I think we're back. Yes, we're up and running. Everybody say we're up and running again. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share up the channel. Yes, Raleigh.
Yeah, for June, the fiscal numbers for June are out now. And it is telling us that tax revenues are down by $28 billion, 9.8%.
Hold on there, Raleigh. Hold on there. I'm going to put up your picture because when you give them figures, I like see your picture up on the screen. We just get a little bit shaken a while ago. Don't know what went wrong, but we lost the video feed. But we are back. I'm going to put up back your picture while you speak truth to power. So, Statin put out the June numbers?
No, man. This is from the Ministry of Finance, Central Government Summary Accounts, Fiscal Monitoring Table, June fiscal year 26-27. This is from the Ministry of Finance itself.
Talk it.
So, revenue and grants are down by $28 billion. They were projecting 293.5. The actual collection was 264.7. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Tax revenues itself down by 18.7 billion or 6.9%.
Mm-hmm.
They were projecting to collect 272.7, and they only collected 253.9. As a result of that, spending was cut by 19.5 billion. So that's what the people are talking about, them can't get paid.
But Raleigh, you told us that they were going to cut spending.
I tell you that it'll get worse. Yeah, man. So what we saw was they wanted to collect $308 billion. They only collect $288 billion. In terms of the debt payment, we were supposed to pay $31.9 billion on the debt. We only paid $17.9 billion.
Mama.
Yep. We told you all these things were going to happen. Yep.
No, but Raleigh, you finish?
No, man. Hold on, man. I'll give you the areas in which the revenues were underperforming. So when we look at income and profit taxes, they wanted to collect $112 billion. They only collected $95 billion. So they're running $16 billion below budget. Yeah? The tax, PAYE, that's the workers' tax. PAYE, they wanted $42 billion. They only collected $41 billion. Yeah? The tax on dividend individuals, they wanted to collect $2.5 billion. They only collected $1.3 billion. The tax on interest, they wanted $10.9 billion. They only collected $9.7 billion. In terms of production and consumption taxes, which include GCT, this, that, they were running slightly ahead, $1.9 billion. The environmental levy, they wanted $8 billion. They only collected $5 billion. So they are $3 billion below what they budgeted for. The accommodation tax in the hotels, they wanted $884.6 million. They only collected $694 million. International trade taxes, that's what we're talking about, exports and imports. They wanted $86 billion. They only collect $82 billion. They are $4 billion below budget. Stamp duty, $1.5 billion below budget. Travel tax, $3 billion below budget. And GCT and imports, $1 billion below budget. SCT on imports, they were $2 billion ahead of budget. The environmental levy, the other version, they were down 28% below what they wanted. They wanted $2.2 billion. They are $621 million below budget. Yep.
You don't look good, Raleigh.
No, but we told you this thing, them things are not going to change unless the economy start growing, man.
It don't look good.
Yep.
So that So hold on now. So this 30 odd billion includes the 22 that then we shot coming from me.
No, man, you move from 1 month to the next one. So these are the final results at the end of June. You don't add them together.
You don't add them together.
No.
So if they are different, then Rally, then that's not serious than, because if June we're down 22 billion, not June, May, April, May 22 billion, and you're saying May,
April, June. Oh, this is April to June.
Oh, April, right. Oh,
yeah.
April to June now. So it is growing.
Yes, I have to say, as the time go on, the problem is getting worse. The gap is getting wider and wider because
So
you're not doing anything to close it.
So the shortfall now on government revenues is $31 billion to date.
No, man, $28 billion.
28.
Yeah. 28.7 to be precise. Yeah.
From April to June.
To June, yeah.
What that mean for the average man in the street, Rally?
The average man, as we said, them cut spending by 19 million. So it means that the healthcare, your road, everything where you benefit from, all them things never slope. And that was the point Antoinette was making when she said, it don't make sense you give a work and you can't pay it.
So they cut spending by how much?
$19.5 billion.
So will that affect the 25 million or billion them say them all spend on road through Sparks?
Of course. Remember say last year, all year talk, it was only 5.9 million that was spent on the Spark program last year. Those things are just announcements. If they are not in the budget, they can't spend. For example, they were supposed to spend 17 billion on capital for the first 3 months. They only spend 13 billion, so the capital budget is running at 4 billion below budget already. 22% below the amount projected for.
We had Marion and we lose her because internet break. So Mary, you can give us back a call if you so desire. The economy in the country, Rally, I tell the people this evening that we're staying focused. We're staying focused on the TCN. We're staying focused on the recession and on the problems that the economy is facing. We're staying focused on the corruption and what it is costing us. We're staying focused on our prime ministers whose statutory filing cannot be certified. We're staying focused on the people down in the West that have not yet recovered from the issues that they face during Hurricane Melissa and some during Hurricane Beryl. We're staying focused on the government not spending enough to drive the economy. We're staying focused.
Yeah, man. Serious problem.
We cannot.
On the 64th. Yep.
Yeah. Our 64th anniversary. Junior.
Yeah, what's up?
Wagwan.
Yeah, no.
Rally in the building. You hear the numbers, Junior?
Yeah, in the background. Yeah, Rally Wagwan.
Yeah, brother. Blessings, man.
You owe me, look. I realize I'm here from.
No, man. You have to do it on a Saturday, man. A weekend, a Saturday and Sunday, man.
Junior, your background nice, man.
Yeah, me, you know what, you know, so me mix with the elements.
All right, talk to me, though.
The economy, right?
Yes.
You realize every day you come and beat and teach, but the acceptance week.
Yes.
I was on a bus this morning going into Montego Bay, and I heard some people talking. You know that there are people in Jamaica in chat groups that believe that the opposition also gets a budget to run.
I don't disbelieve you. I don't disbelieve you.
So when I heard the argument, I realized that you and Ronston have a harder job at hand, you know.
Yes, yes.
Because a lot of what happened is when they have the chat group, that's what they put out to the membership, you know.
Yes.
So when you and I know are on this program, it's harder to teach.
Yes. Yes.
I have a little problem. The lawyers that represent the members of the cabinet in the case is against the Integrity Commission, who paid the lawyers.
Well, them have to pay them own lawyer, but you know, you what catch the Prime Minister now. The Prime Minister have to pay the Integrity Commission lawyers for the last case there, you know.
Yep.
I am so happy about that.
That's why I'm asking. But Colin, let us be realistic. If the MPs have to pay the lawyers, the lawyers must be investigated by MOCA and FID where the money is coming from. You know?
Well, there's a law now that lawyers have to declare if they think that their client money not good enough.
That's why I think about what I say. But one thing before me go away. Rodston, we know you're a football man.
Yeah.
Explain to the world what is going on with the FIFA body. Because we can't understand what's going on.
Well, Infantino back off now and said the proposal where they want to sell out a portion of the franchise to Trump and his friend them. Because all of the man them, UEFA and all of the man them object to it. So what will happen eventually is that somebody will challenge him. So him compromise and back off for the proposal because all of the man them come out against it. Well, them don't want to. Them say football, which are the poor people game, can make a whole lot of money. So between him and Trump, them come up with this proposal, say them want to sell a part of the franchise to Trump and his friend them, Kushner and them man there. And the man them from Europe and here's everybody object to it because I never discuss it with the man them. So them want to capture football and mash up the game.
CONCACAF come out against it too.
Yeah, man, everybody,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
ESI Europe, everybody.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
yeah.
saying. That's why I'm saying now I got through with it again. But the man I said, we're not trusting again. You need to go. Yeah, big tell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that, Junior?
Yeah, man, we hear.
Money
We
out.
got the
Them
explanation. Coming over here, all I knew. But before me go away,
Mm.
you hear the comments from what the guy from the Senate name again? Fifth Sunday.
Wadka?
You hear him comment?
Madka? What him say?
Yeah. Him statement was negative because Paul Buchanan challenging the Prime Minister. You never hear it.
Yeah, that Paul Buchanan need to stop and should be ashamed of himself and all of that kind of jazz.
Then him never hear what happened in 97.
You see, let me tell you something. The GLP, they have a very good communication arm. And they come out timely and come out strong. You know? But time will come. Time will show them up.
Remember say Fitz and it wasn't properly constructed.
Oh, Lord God. Behave yourself, Junior.
And they always say, hug a man, pig a boy, shake a tail according to your size. We talk.
Bless up. 1-876-804-7072. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. If you have not yet given the video a thumbs up, we have over 1,100 devices here. I think before we got the slight interruption, we had almost 1,200. Like up the live. Caller, hold on for me. Rally. Somebody in the chat room was asking how much US is 5 billion Jamaican dollars. It's 31,250,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Good evening, Colin.
Bless up.
Evening, Raleigh.
Yeah, man, good evening.
Yeah, but more actually say, based on them shortfall left in revenue with government now. And them not reaching a settlement with the police, the nurse, the teacher, and all these things now. All that are going on.
That will be very problematic. So I have a whole heap of disputes in relation to that because what the man them say is that with the acceleration in inflation and the shrinking of them purchasing power and them hard time, them want some money. So it puts the government in a very bad situation where them collect less revenues, but the people them want more money. So what the man them say, some of the trade union leaders, is that you need to know since you never spend the capital budget, now I have already yet until sometime next year. Use some of them money there and pay if you want to keep the place stable.
So can that cover and pay all those people, really? So can it cover to pay the people there?
No, I never hear that. Say that again.
He's saying if that can cover to pay the people.
Yeah, man. The capital budget at $99.7 billion.
But Raleigh, you're saying that they are not going to spend it this year. And they are not going to spend it because they can't afford to spend it, isn't it?
Right. So, yeah, but let me find at least a portion of it. So right now, as I said, they plan to spend $17 billion up to June, and they only spend 13. So what the man must say, since you're not going to spend all that, just use whatever you have planned to spend, some of that on PS, because it now costs all of the whole $99 billion, because we know say you're not going to with it.
Yeah, but Raleigh, can you really suggest that the government don't spend anything on capital and on the infrastructure, which
no, we just point out to you the dilemma that the country is in, because if they use it and pay the public sector workers, it means that will slow down the economy. So they will tell you the gravity of the problem. Public sector workers want more money, the government collects less money, and if they use the capital budget so that will slow down the economy further. So that slowdown will take us into next year and the year thereafter.
But
it's a big setback.
This is a huge problem, you know.
Yeah, well, that's the point I make. That's why I highlight it and I show you how previous mistakes can cause future problems where you can't get out of.
Because if we continue to collect less, what is going to happen?
Colin, one of the fundamental reasons that we are where we are is now is because of the consistent cutting of the capital budget. So when people have big up Nigel Clark and the the foolishness and cut the capital budget, I will tell them say rubbish it mother. I'll come back to answer that in the future. That is where we are now. Because if you don't spend the capital budget and use it and pay public sector workers, that will slow you down next year and the year after and the year after.
And if we don't pay the teachers, we're going to have unstable environment.
Yes. Similarly, education, healthcare, you have a falling apart of the social sector. So the whole thing is just madness. That's the point I make, and people are going as if say nothing now going and everything okay.
Yeah, that the people must say everything okay when I talk about economy in a bad position. I mean, I put up a thing there when you come on the other day and where I say this a go on and you not talk about it, and me I say what can go so, and you say that a go on and we not talk about it, and me I say, the man them say me and you have bad news whore. Hear them two idiot there. Them say we must go SYM. What they say. I mean, just look on it in a rally and I say, yeah, all right. It's all right. Say what we want. Because hold on the caller, the thing about it, Rally, they can't come and say, them money are lie because this is the number. Them lie because this is the number. And I am saying to them. This is coming
straight out of the Ministry of Finance.
I am saying to them, unless Uno can come and say we lie and these are the correct number, Uno choke off.
Tell them to go www.mof.gov and they will find it. Central government finances and they will find it. But them in denial, they don't want the numbers.
Exactly so.
Yeah, man,
they just want you and I to shut up.
Yeah, man.
And we're not going to shut up.
No, that's not going to work.
Them want OB to shut up.
That now.
And we're not going to shut up.
No.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, next thing. Like a winner, governor for the Bank of Jamaica now. So, and the governor act. How does it go now when in fully leave office, how the BOJ go run?
Really?
What was that?
He's saying like, oh, we don't really have a governor of the Bank of Jamaica right now.
Hey.
How the BOJ go run?
Well, the man who them a bypass him a run it, and that is why I said that's another problem we have, because Dr. Wayne Robinson has been a deputy governor of the BOJ for almost 30 years, and he keep things stable, and it's like them also bypass the man because somebody got said the other day, say, him are the front runner. The minister will never hear from for nothing about the war and the economy and things. All of a sudden she get up and say, no, he's no front runner. I haven't received anything from the committee yet and all of them things. That's the first time she find her tongue because they want to bypass the man and bring somebody from outside again.
So that mean them have somebody who them want to give it to?
Yeah, man, we know that, man. We know that. It's all politics.
Yeah, caller.
Yeah, so the final question, really. So basically, we're in a recession. So by any means, this continue till about December, then the country will collapse then.
If them not do something, I would have said them not do nothing, so the problem will get worse. You know, the whole thing between them and the public sector will blow up, and that will be a very controversial thing because inflation is accelerating as the war goes on. People in purchasing power get eat out. You are collect less money, so it's a big standout. Yeah, and again we have to resort to the capital budget, which is a gross budget, which means that growth are going to slow down going further, and the conditions will get worse. Yep.
Colin,
so the point is, if the all keep things stable, them can't escape borrowing some of the money that they mobilize and still no one draw down. The reality is that them can't escape it.
So what is stopping them from spending the money then, Colin and Riley? What's stopping them from spending money and how much money they access?
Only them can answer that question, you know. And we need more people to start asking the questions. That is why I tell the people what is happening, because we need more people to start asking the questions. The fact of the matter is that many of the people who used to support the foolish strategy, they are so embarrassed now that they're afraid to even talk. So all of them silent. Nobody now asks a question. Yep.
But why?
Why me here talk something all the while, and I really true now. Why Jamaica people really jump off a Roman bomb boy, and that's why we last thing.
Yeah, man. That's a man. Especially the young people. Yep.
Yeah, man. Gone, man.
Yeah, man. Gone.
All right, my brother. Respect.
Fully done.
Yep.
Gone.
Respect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Rally from the chat room. Ask Ralston, won't this road traffic point system increase unemployment further, and especially in the auto industry operators, and cause many people to default on the loan they borrow to buy these vehicles?
It is already happening. Editor Newman told us that already, and we're going to be talking to him tomorrow because he had a meeting with the toll operators today. So we're going to talk to him about the result of that meeting. So it's a combination of the road traffic, the tickets, the insurance charges, the toll rates, and the fuel prices. All of those things are coming at them at the same time. Yeah, man.
Please ask him if he's in support of the No Movement Day, September 7 to 12.
Yeah, man.
Colin, before I go to the caller, Colin, the PM and the NARA head had photo up in Westmoreland showing the container houses. It's that they are trying to give the people, they are trying to give the perception that NARA is up and running. We know that NARA now do nothing yet. Yep. Raleigh, how much they had budgeted for NARA to spend this year?
$30 billion.
$30 billion. Will that?
That's less than 1% of GDP.
But will that face some of the cut?
Of course, because the money is not there. The money is not there now. That is why I said them have to draw down some of the money that they mobilize.
Neville Carter was in Boston on Friday. Neville Carter, good evening.
Hello, good evening, my guru, Ralston.
Yeah, Neville, what's up?
Why, Ralston, I must tell you, God bless the day when you were born in this country.
Yeah, boss. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best. And may your food basket never empty as we enter independence.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I must tell the people good evening. And I must say, Colin Bell, you manage one of the most beautiful property, beachfront that I've ever seen in Jamaica.
Lord God.
Boston.
Yes, sir.
Boston Beach. I tell you, I was so proud of it.
Thank you.
My spirit keep telling me to come back to Boston.
Please do. Yes.
Yeah, I tell you, I like what I saw.
Nice, nice.
And you know, as we enter independence, we need to take a critical look at our condition. All of us must do the mirror test.
Yeah,
Go in front of your mirror,
reflection. Yeah, man.
Independence Day, and ask yourself, say, if you like the way your life is going, or the legacy you're going to leave for your great-grand and your grandchildren. Because I can tell you, most of the things them that you see them doing, Colin and Ralston, from an accounting point of view,
yes.
they're setting up the people, they're setting up the economies of the Western world that after the Iranian war, things going to have to speed up, and that's how they're going to bring in their digital economy, new economy. Ralston, at 64, when it is time to retire, right? It is time for most of us to retire at 64.
Yeah,
what percentage of the population, based on your research, can retire with a livable pension like P.J. Patterson, like Bruce Golding, like Portia Simpson Miller, and like Andrew Wallace and the Governor Generals when they retire? Or what percentage of a 64?
Well, I'm glad you said that, you know. I'm glad you raised the question, because right now, less than 20% of the 1.4 million people who are working are in a retired scheme. That is what Peter Rosal and myself discussed today. Listen to that. Less than 20%. And most of those who are in the scheme, yeah, they do not have enough money. So we have a thing we call longevity risk. One thing we should have said, the money, whatever little money with them save up, it have done before them dead. So they might end up in a destitution. So what the calls we are making is that for more people to invest in their pension, the thing moved now from defined benefit system where the firm deal with you. It now gone to define contribution where you have to take more responsibility for your retirement and your pension. Yeah? So it's a big problem we have. So the question as you asked it, less than 20% have any pension, and most of those who have the 20%, it's not good enough. Yeah. So that's a very big problem. Not enough. Yeah.
So, hold on, Raleigh. How many people in Jamaica are working?
1.4 million.
1.4 million people.
Yeah. And about, call it rough it off at 20% of them have, well, less than 20%, about 16, 18, but we just use the figure of 20%. So only 1/5 of those who are working have any pension.
So you're talking about 500?
Yeah, in that region. Yep.
Then, Raleigh.
So,
go ahead, Neville.
And most of that are NIF, and NIF are like 400,000 out of that. So we tell you what I go on. NIF money can't do nothing.
Wait a second, most of it NIS contribute.
Yeah, man, NIF contributors are like 400,000 or somewhere thereabouts. Yeah.
And how many of those people have other pension plans?
Very few. That's the point, and that is why Mrs. Rosal said to the people, said, no, you have to take responsibility and try invest in your own pension, individual. We have 90,000 persons who have individual pension accounts.
90,000?
Yeah, man.
So, we don't hear nobody really. I've heard you on Peter Rosal.
Yeah, man, and Sonia Goff from the Pensions Industry Association. The man, them not talk about them today. They will not talk about nothing serious to affect the country. You know? That is a nightmare you look on down the road. Massive amount of all the poor people in the country. Yeah?
Really? You know, we have said it many times, you know, and we don't pay it no mind, but never come with it this evening again. And people need to start look, and all people are dead young. Some of us going to live for a while. How old are you, Neville?
People are live longer now. That's the point we are making here. So you have a long retirement. That's the international statistic. People are living longer. So if you don't save enough money for your pension, you'll get destitute.
Neville, how old are you?
I'm 60.
So you soon reach the pension age?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, boy.
Hey, I'm Colin.
Yes, sir.
And my skill and my pension, you know.
Your skill?
Yeah, and time. My skill and time and every word that come out of my mouth. And you know, see, Ralston, I man teach me that.
Yeah?
And real business. Yeah, one morning me have an issue. Because them have me at the bookkeeping accounting, you know.
Yeah.
And me is a decision maker to the level of accounting that me study.
Yeah.
And one of my philosophies that decision making is better than ambition, you know. Because when me see some people are call asset, me call it liability. And you hear a Ralston say to me on real business about 8 years ago, take my career to the next level. Ralston, I man who me never see it, the man say, never take your career to the next level. I mean, go home, go meditate on it. And you see the next level, hey, when my phone ring, you see,
money have to come
people
in.
are call me for information, you know. I don't give out my information infrastructure just like that, you know. Because a millionaire, you see a millionaire is different from a man with $1 million, you know.
Yeah, man.
Hallelujah, brother.
Hallelujah. Tell her. Yes, man.
Yes, most people don't know the value of them time. And them thing that we need to teach them, you know, time management.
Never.
Yeah.
You know where we get that from? So just like how you get it from me, you know where we get that from? One of Jamaica's greatest leader. One day me I reached the man and the man looked at me and said, advice not paid for is not respected.
How would that? Michael Manley?
Michael Norman Manley tell you that.
Tell me not stay long on the show, but me I leave the people them with this. 2030 agenda. What me one time let me advertise the 2030 agenda almost every 5 minutes in Jamaica.
Yes.
And Jamaica will not reach the 2030 agenda. If them fail the test.
Why though?
Why?
Why? Because we are behind for all of those things. The economy not keep up with the things that we're supposed to do. The Planning Institute of Jamaica tell us that we are way behind for most of the 2031. If you not grow the economy, have money to spend, you can't do the thing that we need to do. Come on, sense that.
Why? Hold on, Neville. Raleigh, why is it important to grow the economy? Why?
Because when it just like your yard, when you grow the economy, you have more money, you can do more things. Economic growth means more money is available. So you can build more house. You can, if you're honest and not thief the money, you can build more house. You can fix more road. You can make the hospital them better. You can do everything better to improve the life of the people. Just like how if you're an honest husband and you have your wife and you pick them and you make more money, you can improve them life. Come on, just as simple as that.
Neville Carter, you're up on the screen so the people them can see you. So you're the Boston Beach.
Yeah, big up the thing.
Yes.
Hey, Colin.
Yes.
I invite everybody to the Boston Beach. Take a visit out them and out them mellow. And a curry goat nice. Hello?
Tell her. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, Neville, we hear you loud and clear. Neville, we hearing you now. Oh, we're never gone. And him, film line are connecting them, and I think I feel. Don't think of our line. Neville, you still there? Neville.
Yeah.
Look like we lose Neville Carter. Put up in picture and lose him. But Raleigh, this thing about pension is something that we need to spend some time on.
It's a serious matter, man.
Yes, man.
I tell you, no matter how Sonia Gaff and Peter Rosal push, nothing happen to people and not take things serious, man. It's a big problem. Yeah? Can you imagine less than 20% of the workforce upon having a pension?
So who is going to be responsible for these people when they get old?
Government.
Let's take a call. Caller, good evening.
Good evening, Colin. Good evening, Ralston. Good evening, Neville.
Yeah, man. Good evening.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Good to be on the show, man.
Yeah, man.
We're going to need to talk here on the whole pension thing there as an example. I stopped work at 51 and I'm now 73. And I'm a classical example. I spent all my years in the sugar industry. And believe me, zero pension, my brethren. And I'm a good example, but I'll make an appointment and tell you for the rest of the world to use as an example. But on the same thing there with Peter Rosal, to mention a country that has 1 trillion in their funds. I can't remember the name of the country, Ralston. But I think we should have a sit down with that country, and have a real talk with them. They have $1 trillion in their pension fund. Can't call the name of the country now, but
Norway have $2 trillion.
Norway is the country.
Yeah.
And remember, that's it, Ralston. You're so excellent.
Them have how much really? 2 trillion?
$2 trillion US. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And them invest in a global stocks right across the world. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should call them here and have a serious discussion with them. And
people like Sonia Goff and those people have been trying to get serious discussions with Clark when he was here, and he must go around them. And this new finance minister has to come on and say, we need to ensure that some of those pensions money, the 847 billion, we can invest them in more risky things, rather than say how we are going to get more people to go on pension. Yep. Because the more I think of spend the money with them rather than to create more.
And Ralston, when I heard her say they have $1 trillion in their fund, remember we have a huge connection with Norway from down in the 70s, So we could call them to our heritage place in Seville, where we have 300 acres of heritage site, and have a serious discussion with them and sort out this thing in Jamaica. Anyway, Ralston and colleague, I congratulate Ralston and to tell you this, that when you hear they talking about productivity, Ralston example of productivity, you must use that as an example up there and show the whole Jamaica. Ralston had a program for 2 hours. It was reduced to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Ralston turned the 30 minutes into 4 sections, 4 times 37.5 minutes. 106 times 30, 1,800 seconds. And Ralston on point in the 4 segments of each show, exemplary productivity. And Ralston, salute the brethren. You don't know me, but I know contacting you. And you know my book, the University of Exeter, used my book in among 600 books as an example on sugar. And believe me, Ralston, it made me feel so fulfilling. But I have a lot more to do. And Colin, I'm telling Colin this, Ralston, that up by East Place there, Portland will be 325 years old in the next 2 years. And he must begin from now. Give you a lifetime award, put it up there, show how you utilize the 1,800 seconds, precise and like on point with productivity. And you must also put up another example of how the productivity come about. Productivity came about, Ralston, because of the change from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar. I don't know, and I'm telling Colin to put an example of that up there.
Okay.
When they made the change from the Julian calendar, the year they took out 3 months out the year, 3 months and 10 days, or 1749, and that caused a crash. So they had us move into high productivity. And another good example of productivity, one of the first example of productivity is how they shift from to make the bikini, like the swimwear. You must demonstrate that in Portland. They shift making from the swimwear to the bikini wear and to cover the vital areas, and bikini dominate the market completely. You can give a practical example up in Portland, up there.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, respect. Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, caller, you finished?
Yeah, man. Thanks for you.
Respect.
And I'll talk to you another time.
All right. A question from the chat room. Somebody's asking what percentage of that 1.4 million people who are working in Jamaica, what percentage have a skill or a degree?
Well, we don't have the exact breakout, but very limited amount.
Person is even
Very
saying if you should hazard a guess.
Less than 40%.
Less than 40% of a skill or a degree.
Yeah, man.
So 60%.
That is why we find ourselves in a situation sometimes where, as the unemployment rate falls, the economy going in the other direction. So when the unemployment rate fall, the economy is supposed to be growing. Now we have fallen unemployment and economic decline at the same time because the value added, of the work is not enough because of the lack of skills in the labor force.
Right, and that's why so many people are earning minimum wage.
Yeah, man. So I have 300,000 people who in the working force where they might do a white car glass and sell mango and sell cheese trick and all of them things. I will have them as working.
So that's a 300,000. I do that.
Oh, of course. Yep.
How much in a Mr. Chin place?
Another 242,000 earn minimum wage.
So that's over 500,000.
Yeah, then we have another 200,000 in agriculture. I use machetes and all of them something there.
So how much in the agriculture who are large farmers? How many large farmers we have in Jamaica?
Very, very few, man. Very few, brother. Most man are 5 acres of land with them.
So large farmers in Jamaica might add up to 5 people or 5 companies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And most of the man them would tell them are going to large farming. They don't bother them, take the land and send them all below. Some of them we know. Yep.
We have a call on the line. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Portland Spice TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Give the channel a thumbs up to help promote the channel. Thank you very much. We have the top financial analysts anywhere on media with us this evening. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, sir. Bless up yourself and Rollin, bless up yourself too, sir.
Yeah, man, blessing.
Yes, Mr. Colin. What I called for this evening, sir, to ask you because I don't know, so I got to ask question, right? I'm going through TikTok a while ago and I saw a press conference by the opposition leader and Mark Golding and his team members with him that stating about Dennis Strong.
Taking about what?
Dayton Campbell, who said that Dennis Strong, the government have 72 hours to for him to relieve office.
Oh, that's a whole press conference.
A whole press conference?
Yeah, man, that's old. I think that was before the election rally.
Yeah, man.
That was before the September 2025 election. That's old.
Yeah, man.
Okay then. I thought it was freshly, so that's why I call and ask.
No, it's not a new thing. It's a whole thing that when Dennis Strong was just named as the head of the FID,
yeah,
PNP, they had a protest, they had a march at Euro Circle, where they were saying that this man
Hello?
should not be sitting at the head of the FID. All right, caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, caller. Anything else?
Yeah, man. No, you cut out a while ago. You cut out. You get cut out a while
No,
ago.
we were saying to you that that was a protest that was held before the general election of 2025.
Okay. So,
Right.
may I ask, why is it that standard lifted? Why does not persist then?
Well, I don't know why they eased. Maybe they thought that they would have won the election and could have removed him. The PNP did not win the election, so Dennis Chung continues to be the head of the FID. But let me put a question to Ralston. Raleigh, the Integrity Commission had also referred the Prime Minister to TAJ, Tax Authority of Jamaica.
Tax administration.
Tax administration, sorry. Have we heard anything from them in terms of...
Them not gonna do nothing about that, man. You want them fire easily.
What do you mean them not gonna do nothing?
You see them do nothing?
Me not understand that, Raleigh.
You see them do nothing?
No, I not see them do nothing, but I believe that they must do something.
Yeah, but nothing now got, man, as long as nobody not press them and the public not press for nothing. So nothing now got.
Oh, Lord.
Them thing that is deflection techniques for style, you know. Nothing now come out of them thing.
But we must start calling them to release something. What is it that they have found?
True, agreed. 100%.
What is it that the Tax Author Administration of Jamaica has found?
Yes, so the first call on that should be made by the opposition spokesman on finance, who's on whose portfolio they fall. We don't hear much about that. The people have now just got that and say that themselves. You know. Right now, the people have just think more to survive. They're not taking on them responsibility then. They must have the man them who get paid to take on that responsibility, to take it on. And then they will follow through. You never expect the individual citizens to take on that.
I'm coming to your president, but somebody's asking what the tax administration can do. No.
Well, them can't do much more than make a recommendation and say, yeah, this is what we found, and then it go back to the commission.
Or make a report.
Yeah, of course.
So we now need to call for that report. What have they found? Because everybody are focused on the FID, like the man was not referred to the TAJ.
So that's Julian's call. The individual citizen now get up and take up that one.
Prezi.
Shaka, Evelyn, Cousin Ralston, what go on?
Yeah, man, blessings, Prezi.
Here when me ask, you know, brother, Cousin Ralston. I'm going to hear Brother Colin views.
Yeah.
The economy is so poor. Is that the reason why they come in with all these motor vehicle laws that if you even have a chewing gum chewing while driving, you get a ticket?
Yeah, man, those are additional revenue measures. So they must seek revenue from all over the place because if the thing now grow, they have to try to find a way to seek revenue. So what they are doing, they are taking from the citizens and not spending, and that is what cramping the economy. They should be giving to the citizens. When you're in a recession, it is the government's duty to give back to the citizens so that the thing can go rather than take from the citizens. Because for every dollar you take from the citizens, they have less to spend. So you have inflation and eat out the purchasing power of their money already, and then you physically take money from them. So you make the whole thing poorer.
Well, it is so sad because there's nowhere else in the world that I travel a lot, and I've never seen a cop pull over somebody because they have a coffee cup in their hand, or because one hand on the steering and all of that. All those things, how Jamaicans will survive? They won't be able to have any money.
Good question. How the people them survive? You follow it? Good question. I tell you.
Ah, boy. I think as never said, if the people were not comfortable, they would have taken the street. But I really think they need to take the street because these traffic laws are really ridiculous.
Well, on the President, hold on there.
Go down the road.
Hold on the President. Where's the rally?
And I really that, I know that the people are comfortable. What happens is that the average man them so poor and them have to fret every day or them will find the next meal. Them not have time to concentrate on the big issue there. Now. Somebody have to mobilize them. The man them more I think about how we are gonna eat our food tonight, or me pick them are gonna survive tonight, or me are gonna pay this bill, or me are pay that bill. So them have a political thing like mobilization to go up on the road. Them never just get up and do that. Somebody in a leadership who comfortable have to mobilize them to do those things. Yeah. Them now, the man in the street now just get up and do that. That's all.
Yep.
Say hungry right now, you have to pay him all some money for move rather than he might take up himself or take on anything. But say that is what way I pay the bigger heads for. Yeah? Bigger heads mean Julian and Mark and the people up at the university and the private sector. That the people them mean with themselves.
All right, brother. Prezi?
So you know what, Raleigh and Shaka, I strongly believe that all motorists should have a no drive there to protest against all these stupid violations.
Well, the taxi operators, one of them was on the program yesterday morning. They said that they are proposing a no movement day from the 7th to the 12th of September. I tell him I have to see it first because the taxi men in Jamaica, they are not organized, they are not
divided,
together. Too much hustler and too much. Sure, don't even want to go with it. But
that not gonna happen, Shaka. We won't live to see that happen. But it's really sad. Can you imagine if you don't have your two hands on the steering, a police can pull over and give you a ticket for that, and the tickets are not cheap. I think the cheapest ticket is like $5,000, right? It's nowhere cheap. How many Jamaican have $5,000 in his or her pocket at any given time? That's one. And the other thing about it is that this is setting up the police to even lie more on motorists, because them just pull over and say, I have your hands on the steering, or you're chewing a gum, or you're checking in your rearview mirror.
And then guess what? Sad. And then guess what? You know the problem with that, Prezi? When a policeman tell a lie on the road, it's cheaper. You just go pay the ticket because what it is going to cost you. Yeah. What it is going to cost you for you to go to court, because you can't go to court one time and that try. You go to court 5, 6, 7 times, and we need to fix these things before we get this stringent, because you can't defend yourself. Yeah, the cost to defend yourself is going to be so much more than the cost of the ticket that you just pay the ticket. But it's one thing I know: a whole heap of policeman going to get rich out of this.
Yeah. Amen. That is what I was about to then say. I was about to then say that it's gonna create stronger corruption, because I'm no one just police or say boy right or left. Otherwise, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
And people are going right or left. And people are going left.
People are going left.
All right, sir.
You understand? So we'll talk again, sir.
Blessings,
President. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Blessings.
Yeah, man.
1-876-804-7072. Turn off the instrument in your background, caller. And like up the live, please. Like up the live. Almost 1,300 devices there here. We need to have 1,000 likes so we can promote the channel. When you like the video, YouTube will push the channel further. Go ahead, caller. Blessings. Talk up in your phone.
Yes, I'm actually following the caller that just called a while ago with those traffic acts, and I'm actually seeing where most of this government members, they are trying to implement their own level of distraction, just like Mr. Valt, who implement his level of distraction by implementing all these draconian laws, traffic act. And we can still hear about the buses that haven't delivered as yet. And I will take this to a next level to show how much he knew dearly that those buses couldn't work. We saw one caught on fire last week. And again, And as I said, that's the level of where those bus couldn't work, and you know,
No, any
those
vehicle,
are reports. There are reports
caller,
on those bus
caller.
that
Hold on,
those are
caller.
the things that will happen.
Caller.
And those bus was advertised as use of in agriculture to use to do agriculture.
Caller.
And I will take this to a
Hello?
next level. You might even consider too deep. But let me ask you a question. Which member of parliament, family member, have license to grow marijuana in Jamaica?
You hearing me now? Caller?
Yes, are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, we are hear you, but you don't sound like you are here, we. You see,
yes,
listen to me. Because I don't like false narrative.
Yeah.
And any bus can catch a fire, whether old or new. Anything can happen. So I don't want to use the bus to catch a fire if you say the bus then couldn't work. Because over here on Portland Spice TV, we are not saying the buses can't work. That's not our view. Our view is that you use $1.4 billion to buy a free bus. So our view is that they use those buses on our children to rob the Jamaican people. And we are waiting on the Auditor General to come tell us if we got value for money or how much was robbed. Because we know so we not get value for money. So what we want here is how much money was robbed from the Jamaican people.
Well, Colin, I've been around those buses, so I know what I'm telling you. I've seen them caught fire all the time.
Okay.
So I'm just telling you from what I know.
Okay.
All right. So that's one of the report that they are dangerous.
Yes.
And I ask the question again: who have license for growing marijuana in Jamaica?
Me don't know. You tell me now.
All right. Well, I heard the same person who bring in the bus sons have a license to carry marijuana. And I said those buses was recommended for agricultural purpose. Think about greenhouse in Jamaica. You have a property with at least 50 of those bus line up and turn them into greenhouse. It eliminates your risk of hurricane damages your stocks in the greenhouse. So they know those buses will have to pull out of the fleet soon, and that's where they are going to end up as greenhouse bus.
Our chicken bus.
Pardon me?
Our chicken bus.
Yes, chicken bus, but they are used for greenhouse as well. So it's very well, you have 50 of those line up on a piece of farm.
Yes.
And use their greenhouse. That's the whole idea. They had their plan. Trust me. And that's what I have to say. Keep the work.
Mr. Bell, why you don't look, why you didn't take a picture with Mr. Carter? They may not take, but you just join the program. See Mr. Carter, see me and Mr. Carter, yeah? See me and Neville Carter there. Don't blame me, ask me. You just join the program. We have a whole heap of pictures and videos, but we not put up yet, But gradually, we're going to show you the thing them little by little. Raleigh, we are almost down to the end of the show. We're taking one or two more calls. 1-876-804-7072. Raleigh, the June numbers are in for those who are just joining us. Please, Mr. Ralston Iman, can you go over about the numbers from the Ministry of Finance? The government. Hold on, Raleigh, let me tell the people where you get the number from. Lest they think that you make up these numbers. Listeners and viewers to Portland Spice TV and all well-thinking Jamaican. We told you that the Jamaican economy is in a recession. We told you that the Jamaican economy a crash. We gave you the April to May numbers the other day. The Ministry of Finance has now released the April to June numbers. Ralston Iman, the top financial analyst anywhere on media, update us.
All right, let us start with the most important numbers. You know what is the government's most important numbers in fiscal account? the thing that we call the primary surplus. That simply is the amount of money that is set aside to service the debt. The government's biggest macro objective is to bring the debt to GDP ratio down to 60% by the year 27-28. Well, the amount of money needed to keep them on that trajectory was 31.9 billion. They only paid 17.9 billion. Get that? The next big one is that the capital budget, which was supposed to drive growth, they had planned to spend 17.6 billion during that 3-month period, April to June. They only spent $13.7 billion. Why they did that? Tax revenues and grants were 28.7 billion below what they expected. They wanted to collect 293.5 billion. They only collected $264 billion, right? Tax revenues itself, that is after they strip out the grants. That's the money they going to get from foreign free money. Tax revenues were 18.8 billion below the 272.7 billion they budgeted for. They only collected $253 billion. As a result of that, the spending, they had planned to spend $308 billion. They only spent $288.5 billion, 19.5 billion less than they originally budgeted for.
So, what does that tell us?
And the minister have to see them numbers there before them come out there, because the financial secretary put all of these numbers together. So
And
what that means is that if you cut your capital budget, your gross budget, you have a grow slower or the recession have a beaten. The next one, which are the big number, the amount of money that them set aside to service the debt. When the man them, the ratings agency that them talk about are foreign. When the man them look upon this now, it get panicky. So you soon hear, if this continue, you soon hear about a downgrade because they have to go issue something to them clients. So the ratings agencies normally issue information to them clients. So they have to tell them clients.
So this is the second time that we have short period on the debt rally.
That's the point I'm making. So the thing I get worse as you move over the months now. That's the point. So the ratings agencies who have to say something to them clients who will lend money to Jamaica and say, yo, things are look good down there, so. And they might say, yo, we're downgrading.
So the fact that we have no shortfall on the debt the second month in a row, what can we expect for the next 2-3 months?
Well, if the economy continues at the same position, we're going to end up in the same position, then everything will just get worse and worse. Remember, say, if the thing not grow, you can't find the money. You know? So you have to start grow the thing. You have to start come out of the recession. Yeah?
And how we all do that?
Well, it means that the government have to start spending some more money. The Bank of Jamaica can't bring no interest rates in this environment, you know, because all of the central banks and internationally are cap interest rates because of Trump and the war. So the Bank of Jamaica.
More money will come from for the banks, for the government spend?
Well, the man them have money with them line up, brother. So them have to just decide because the numbers start show them already say the whole thing about meeting the debt to GDP ratio of 60% by 27-28 now gonna work. So them have to just say, we need to scrap that and get some of the money and start push the thing harder.
But that will push up the debt to GDP.
Yeah, but if you use the money to spend on growth and build out your capital stock and all of them something, then you'll get some growth and that will bring down the ratio.
But them money not believe in pushing up make the GDP go back.
That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. So
really?
That is where the strategy is incorrect and flawed because you get back up right now. So you have to take a decision.
This is the first GLP. Hold on. From what I am understanding, from 1980, this is the first GLP government that has been able to see the debt to GDP come down under them administration, you know.
Yeah, but it never started with them.
No, but at least them experience a fall in the debt to GDP. Them no want to let go that, brother. At the first time the man them get this, you know.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter now is that they get back up because what happens you can't it because the economy not growing. So you have to take a decision now. If you notice when the footballer play, everybody there watch the World Cup. Why I think when the referee say, all right, 5 minutes left to go and the side will lose, why I think all the goalie come out of the goal?
Because you throw everything in attack.
You get the point.
Somebody wants to know where the government is getting money from to expand the dam.
Which dam?
Them say them going to expand a Hermitage. Them say them going to expand, spend mostly 250 million US.
Colin, Yeah, Mr. Tina. All of those things are things that have been announced before. If you now have the money, what the government do is announce projects that there's no money to back it up. Yeah? So you can't always tell your wife, say, I'm going to buy her that, but you don't have money to buy it. So it's just a promise.
Mm-hmm. So
you have to start work more money before you can buy her the car or buy her the new train or you want to buy her the thing.
But what about the dam where them a build with Flatbridge name? What a river the name
Yeah,
again?
but nothing start yet. They were supposed to build it with PB Scott. Them would have put up the money and them they have put up the money.
So you're
PB,
saying that not start yet?
Not now go on.
What do you mean? What do you mean not now go on?
You pass has anything go on?
Me no pass that way there again for the joke. I take the highway.
Well, last year they might talk about that.
I heard them talk about it since this year that they're building a dam and the dam going to deliver how much more? 15 billion gallons a day
for
to
5 years.
Kingston.
Them announced a project for 5 years and nothing happened.
And you're saying that that project is not ongoing right now?
No, not happening. Not happening. In fact, it created a problem between the financial secretary and the minister of finance when she just got the ministry, because the financial secretary there said the rate where the man them they charge them for the project in terms of interest rates was too high. Yeah.
Oh, so that are the people where they will lend the government the money?
Yeah, man. PB them. Yeah, man.
Who?
PB Scott them, man.
So the government is going to borrow the money for build it?
Yeah, man. And that said the rate of the charge to high and favor counteract her. Yeah. So that was the first problem between the minister and the financial secretary.
So you're saying this expansion of the Hermitage Dam not going to happen right now either?
No, unless the money, them not identify the money. When them don't tell about projects without any identification of the money, because if revenues are run behind and them already are cut the little capital things, them what them are do. Or them are do them big things.
Somebody said Matthew Samuda spoke about it last week.
Yeah, man. We know. Only for talk.
Well, Matthew Samuda come a fair and tell us that them about drill a new well that are from about 2020, 2020, sometime there about when we did have protests with the road and the dust and lack of water. I'll know when I hear not more about it.
There's a strategy called fake it if you can't make it, you know.
Fake it if you can't make it.
Yeah, man. So you just tell the people them that and them just hold on upon that and you announce it again next year and the year after and the year after and nothing. That's the situation now, you know.
Ralston, man, we have to keep at this, informing the Jamaican people
and
not be distracted. Anything finally you want to add before we cut?
Well, what I say now, what we need for some independence reflection. Look at the economy where it was in 1962 and look at where we are right now. And we have to demand that we have greater degrees of accountability. We have to demand economic growth right now. Yeah? That has to be the priority right now. Getting the debt to GDP ratio down to 60% by 27-28 can't be the main priority right now. Yeah, it has to be growing the thing, because more people are born, more people are get desperate. So you can't just focus on compression and contraction. You have to focus on expansion. You know, it's as simple. You have your family, yeah, you have to start have more children. You can't just focus on staying at the same position. You have to start go out and earn more money if you want to have harmony in your house. The same thing I go on in the country are different.
Where's the money coming from to refurbish the stadium?
Announcement again. Announcement. Yeah.
Are they going to use some of the money, Raleigh? Are they planning to use some of the $500 billion that they have mobilized?
At least them not tell me, and before them start use that money, we want to know what are the terms and conditions, what are the rates of interest, and how long are the tenure, how long are we borrow the money for. We need to hear details about whether the money has been borrowed. And we know that the money has been mobilized, but we haven't heard any announcement from the Minister of Finance as to whether the money has been actually borrowed. Yeah, mobilized different from borrowed. You know, we have to understand the difference between the terminology. Then, when they actually borrow the money, she can come and tell us that 5 years interest rate is this and that and that and that. We haven't heard that yet.
So they have mobilized the money. We don't know if they borrow it yet.
We don't know if they borrow it yet, and we need to ask those questions. So we need some sound. We don't need a full message for the independence. You know, we need some stable and sound messages about the economy and social stability and family life in the country and the state of the world and what we're doing at the state of the world for independence. You know why you're not fluff about not this and all for garbage now.
Blessings, my brother.
A serious time now. Serious.
We'll talk tomorrow evening, Ralston, man. Thank you very much. Tomorrow evening also, we're going to be speaking to MP Heather Miller Bennett from down at Hanover on what is happening in Hanover. Join us tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock for another Colin Bell Show. Thanks, Ralston Iman. Thanks to all the callers. Thanks to all the people who like up the video. If you have not liked it yet, give it a like. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe, like, and share. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again tomorrow evening, Louis Gangali Culture.
Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV, Louis Culture say it once and I say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus batch where we rip off. Subscribe, share, Portland